Bengal, the land of numerous rivers, waterways, vast estuarine swamps and Bay of Bengal. For centuries, the boats, boatmen and rivers were an intrinsic part of the fabric of life in Bengal, reflected in ballads, folklore and later in literature and in cinema. The maritime history of Bengal dates back to 5th century BC and evolved at Gangaridai at the mouth of the Ganges. Tamralipta, now Tamluk, grew up as an important port city in 3rd century BC. Emperor Ashoka's son and daughter embarked a ship from Tamralipta and sailed to Sri Lanka to preach Buddhism. Natural causes triggered the decline of these ancient ports with passage of time. As the European traders established their own settlements on the banks of the river Hooghly, port facilities came up at Shaptagram, Hooghly, Hijli and so on. East India Company introduced the Bengal pilot service as early as in 1669. The year 1710 saw the construction of a wharf of 1937 feet near Fort William. This was followed by the construction of a marine yard in 1780 by Colonel Watson at Khidirpur. The first dry dock was built in 1790 and a lighthouse was set up in Kokhali in 1810. The Calcutta Port Commission was set up in 1870. Khidirpur Dock was set up in the year and King George's Dock, now NSD, in the year. In 1943, the Howrah Bridge came into being and opened up new possibilities for Calcutta Port. Bengal was infused with new energy with creation of urban infrastructure. Premier educational and technical institutions. Bengal became the forerunner in industrialization, sports, culture and education. Who can forget the most important proverb, what Bengal thinks today, India thinks tomorrow. The port of Calcutta became the gateway for a large hinterland comprising eastern, northern and northeastern part of India, including the two landlocked neighboring countries, Nepal and Bhutan. The jute and tea industries became most prominent in the context of India's international trade through the port of Calcutta. The growth of industries, particularly the steel and mining sector in particular, from the middle of 20th century, made the East Coast ports to gear up for handling substantial volume of coal and other dry bulk cargo, and the industries started showing preference for new generation ships. Kolkata dock system was out of depth to handle the new generation demand, and so Haldia Dock Complex was born in 1977. The port of Haldia has brought huge investments, including foreign investment, by way of creation of very large to small-scale industries catering on the port, and the investment is still continuing. Haldia is today provided with urban infrastructure, educational and technical institutes, and so on. There has been no labor unrest, and the industrial situation is as serene as the river Ganges. Haldia Dock is also unable to fulfill the growing demand of the trade due to draft constraint imposed by the nature. So, alternative deep draft port facilities in the coastline of Bengal have become the need of the hour. The Government of India and Government of West Bengal came forward to make a joint initiative in providing the deep water port facilities at Sagar in Bengal. On 7 January 2015, a joint venture agreement was signed between Government of West Bengal and Kolkata Port Trust and a public limited company, Bhor Sagar Port Limited, was formed with equity share of 74% and 26% respectively. Bhor Sagar Port will develop basic infrastructure through dredging and reclamation. The port facilities will be set up by PPP basis. To begin with, the port facility will comprise 600-meter berth length at a 9-meter draft for handling container and break bulk cargo at a cost of rupees 1161 crores on reclaimed land. By 2021, the traffic is expected to reach 3.5 MTPA and to 27 MTPA in 2035. Road between Muriganga Bridge and off-site rail yard, rail connectivity between Kashinagar station and off-site rail yard will also be developed simultaneously. The emergence of Bhor Sagar Port, along with the existing ports at Kolkata, Haldia, proposed deep water facilities like transloading. SBM at Bay of Bengal will give complete shape to the master plan of developing port facilities in the state. Bhor Sagar project will certainly bring about a positive change in the socio-economic scenario of the region. Like Haldia, it will create opportunities for business, creation of urban infrastructure, improved educational and healthcare arrangements, and most importantly, large-scale employment of the local people. With all these, Bhor Sagar Port will mark a new dawn in the maritime history of Bengal.